world-renowned Delft Blue earthenware. Here you can learn all about our craftsmanship, history and production process. Let's take a trip through time. Where will we be going first?
China, the 13th century.
Right. The great Italian explorer Marco Polo is the first European to discover Chinese porcelain in the 13th century. In the 14th century, the Chinese started producing their famous blue and white porcelain. The seeds of Delft Blue have been sown.
Holland, the 17th century.
The early 1600s are the height of Holland's golden age. Amsterdam is the world's foremost trading capital. The very first multinational in history, the Dutch East India Company, is sailing to the ends of the earth. In 1603, Admiral Jacob van Heemskerk captures a Portuguese vessel carrying 100,000 pieces of Chinese blue and white porcelain. The pottery is auctioned off for millions of euros. Dutch citizens are delighted by the simple splendor of the Chinese items. The Dutch East India Company decides to start importing Chinese porcelain. In Delft, a number of potters are inspired by the blue and white ceramics, leading to the birth of Delft Blue. Around 1650, production of Delft Blue is in full swing. China is plagued by civil war, leading to a hold-up in the supply of blue and white, while the demand for the pottery is greater than ever. The earthenware factory, the Porcelain Fles, is established in 1653 in Delft's town centre. By 1695, the city boasts 32 earthenware factories. Delft Blue has become famous worldwide.
Until early 1800.
That's right. Around 1800, the industry is going through a rough spell. The Netherlands is occupied by the French. The British invent a hard-fired stoneware called creamware, which allows them to produce a superior product at a lower cost. The English firm Wedgwood proves to be a serious competitor. One by one, the Delft earthenware factories go out of business. All of them, except the Porcelain Fles. In 1876, the Delft engineer Joost Delft buys the factory. He wants to take a new approach to the business and is inspired by the English production method. Make a better product at a lower cost. Delft is able to put Delft Blue on the map again. He also introduces a trademark that has been used to this very day. Just look, J.T., Delft's initials. But he also introduces a dispensing bottle and the inscription Delft. In 1900, the factory moves to its current location on the Rotterdamse Weg in Delft. In 1919, the Porcelain Fles is awarded the prefix Royal, and the company becomes known abroad by the name Royal Delft. So, how is Delft Blue produced exactly? We'll be showing you in a moment. Will you join us? The time machine will be returning to our own time.
Time machine deactivated.
Tamam, geçiyoruz. Öbür tarafa sır.
Eşyalarım.
Al eşyalarını. Bak, objeler hareket ediyor burada. Şu karşıdaki objeler. Buraya oturmamız gerekiyor. Şöyle. Ha, oraya oturalım. Ben şunları bir çekeyim.
Yavaş yavaş çeksene, belli olmuyor bile. Bak şu dişimleri falan.
Bunlar falan açılıyor, bunlar falan. En güzel porselenimiz. Canımsın ya, özür dilerim. Hadi oturalım.
Sonra konuşuruz.
Tamam, aynen eğlenirken kabul etmeyelim.
Bunlar Bunlar şimdi hareket mi edecek?
Kapandı kapı. Başlıyor şimdi. Gerçek animasyonlar.
The time machine has been activated.
We'll be going on a tour of the world of Delft Blue. How is Delft Blue produced exactly? Time machine. I want to travel to the time when everything was made by hand by skilled craftsmen.
Delft blue has been made by craftsmen since the 17th century.
Of course. But I want to go back to the time when it was all about passion, creativity, craftsmanship, when everything was handmade.
Okay.
Welcome to Royal Delft's earthenware factory, the Porcelain Flesh. Here we'll be discovering the secrets of the Delft Blue production process. There on your left, you can see the manager. To the right, you will find the master painter. The master painter's craft is highly specialized. His training lasts 8 to 10 years. Oh, and the person in the middle is the model maker. It looks like the factory is running at full steam. And this must be an apprentice, what we call a trainee nowadays. The manager is just receiving a new order from the Dutch royal family. They want a special gift for the Queen of England, who will soon be making a state visit to the Netherlands. And what better gift to present than a specially designed Delft Blue vase? A new order from the royal family. Great news. So we need to get to work. The model maker will be designing a new vase. The master painter will start working on a new decoration. Time machine.
A few days later.
Look, the design for the vase is finished. The model maker has started by making a plaster model, which he uses to create the mold. This plaster mold is filled with liquid clay. The mold draws water from the clay, and therefore a layer of the solid clay will form within the plaster mold. Then, the remainder of the liquid clay is poured onto the mold, leaving behind a hollow crust. A few hours later, the mold is opened. The vase now has the correct shape. The piece is smoothed off and the vase is ready for drying. Of course, they don't use energy-wasting dryers for this. They simply allow nature to run its course. The vase is drying. Let's speed it up. Time machine? The vase is dried. After being coated with another layer of slip, it can be fired in the kiln. The firing lasts 20 hours. The first 10 hours, the fire in the kiln is stoked up to 1,150 degrees Celsius. The kiln is left to cool for the next 10 hours. When opened, the temperature is still 200 degrees. The vase still needs to cool another 2 to 3 hours before they can proceed. The earthenware is called biscuit at this point. As soon as the factory received the new order, the master painter started working on his design. Once this design has been approved, he can set to work. He uses the design to make a stencil with tiny pinholes in it and copies the design onto the vase by rubbing charcoal over the stencil. This allows him to transfer the outlines of the design directly to the biscuit. After this, he paints the entire scene with a single color. Diluting the paint with water yields a lighter hue, resulting in a range of shades. This paint is mixed according to Royal Delft's secret recipe. As you can see, the entire design is still black at this point, but everything will be all right once the vase has been fired. So, the painter has done his bit. All that's left to do is sign it with the signature of the Porcelain Flesh. The master painter adds his own initials as well as a date mark. This makes it a truly unique item. The vase is now being glazed, after which it can return to the kiln for the final firing. 10 hours of firing at 1,200 degrees, 10 hours of cooling, open the kiln, allow the vase to cool another 2 to 3 hours, and then the vase is finished. See, in the kiln, the black paint is transformed into
Değişti değil mi?
Delft Blue. All that's left to be done is subject the vase to a final check. Is it fit to bear the Royal Delft signature? And it's been approved. Only now can the vase be presented to the client, because that's how it works in this era,
Mavi
in
oldu.
which people take the time to produce true
Secret
craft.
bu işte.
The signature on the bottom of the vase
Nasıl oluyor, nasıl?
Why don't you show us?
Bayana sorarız.
We can
Boyayanlar
also
var.
see a year mark. Here you can see the dispensing bottle, the word Delft, and Joost Postman, the master painter's initials, including the year code. Actually, I'm quite curious as to which era we've ended up in. And this year code stands for 2018. What? Time machine? 2018?
2018. Up to this very day, each item of Royal Delft pottery is unique and handmade. The factory relies on the same production method that has been used for hundreds of years.
So, this is the world of Royal Delft today. It's the only place in the world where authentic Delft blue is made using traditional methods. Throughout all those years, nothing has changed. That's truly unique.
An authentic item of hand-painted Royal Delft blue bears this signature.
Right. Royal Delft's factory mark, together with the master painter's initials.
Nasıl durdurabiliriz?